property tax with River Park, and I spoke with Herschel Wells, on that, and some of the other commissioners as well. I understand where you come from. So, that's for local leaders to make. It's not for me to tell you guys how to act. But I'm just saying, as a state official, I think it's unfortunate that they close these centers in the rural areas of our state. So we're going to keep putting the fight. And I guarantee you, the first day that I get to Nashville in the new legislative session, we're going to meet with the rural caucus and work on, addressing this in a legislative way. It may be too late, and it may be that they chose to do this while we were out of session, but we're going to do everything on our end. And I would just ask that you guys keep an open mind and be willing to do whatever y'all can on y'all's end as well, but realize it's a state service. The state's got surplus, and I don't understand why they would want to do something of this sort. Anybody else?
Michael. I'll be recognized, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for recognizing me. And I understand Representative Dunlap's philosophy. It is a state service, and I more than anything want the state to provide that, because as taxpayers we pay for that, and that is a very basic service, especially with the IDs, the CDL, the concealed carry, all that stuff. We're right on there. We're on the same page. At the same time, I would like the county commission to at least open up a channel with the mayor of the city and start talking about a plan B, because I know without a doubt this resolution that you're going to talk about tonight is going to be passed, and it's going to go to the state. And when the state decides something, that resolution is simply going to be words to them. Now, we've got Kevin going to bat for us down there and going to put pressure on him, just like Janice Bowen, Judd Matheny. But at the end of the day, if they've made a decision and $60,000 in their mind is enough to cut our drivers' testing center loose, their mind's made up. Kevin and Judd and Janice can only do so much. At the end of the day, I would really like the county commission to open a channel with Mayor Haley and start seriously talking about going in, finding the money, because we're talking about $6,000 to $9,000 to go to a different building, and that's the option here that I'm speaking of, going to a different building. Because right now they pay $60,000 a year in rent, and you can look around Warren County and find a building for $1,000 to $1,500 a month. But the city and the county would have to provide that rent, and if the city and county could come together and work as one, you're talking about a $6,000 to $9,000 allotment of money from each of the county and the city to keep that driver's testing center here in Warren County. So at that point, we have to ask ourselves, if the state turns a deaf ear to us, is it worth $12,000 to $18,000 of the county and the city's money to keep the convenience of that center here and the THP presence? And that's what I want the county commissioners, and really I want the people of Warren County to consider. And I think if the people of Warren County believe that's worthwhile, contact the commissioners, contact the aldermen, and hype that up. But at the same time, call Bill Gibbons, email Bill Gibbons, and put the pressure on, because that's something the state should provide us. I agree totally with Kevin about this, and Judd and Janice. I'm just looking at the end of the day. We know a lot of times government rolls over us. And this is a chance for Warren County to make sure government doesn't roll over us if they turn a deaf ear to us. I thank you for your time, Kevin. I thank you for being here tonight, for what you're doing down there. Randy, I thank you for asking Kevin to come here tonight. So I'll yield my time, and I thank you very much for letting me speak.
Do you have any more questions, or?
There's one other aspect to it. Like you say, it is a state service. You can rent the building, $20,000. That doesn't sound like much. That's also an alternative the state has too, is to get a cheaper rent building. They're paying $5,000 a month, which is, I'd love to build a building for them at that.
Well, Commissioner, I'm gonna tell you, I've done some research into it. They're paying $8,000 a month in Lebanon, in Wilson County. And in Dyer County, this administration, they're spending $5,000, in Dyer County, which I think is a smaller market than ours.
It is.
So, I'm with you, but I will tell you, Commissioner Gibbons, they could put out bids, or look to renegotiate a lease or.
But they're not interested in it.
They said, their words to me were, initially, we're merging and sending operations to Tullahoma, Cookeville, Shelbyville, and the employees out here who are all Warren County residents, and this is what upsets me too. They keep their job, but they have to drive to Tullahoma, Murfreesboro, Cookeville, somewhere else where they can have a position. But, so they're asking those folks to drive 70, 80, 90 miles round trip.
Or relocate.
And I asked them, I said, would you pay them mileage? Exactly. So, but, to save, this amount of money, and I get what you're saying. I mean, they closed some in some other counties as well, but what they're trying to do is consolidate and regionalize. And my point is, we've already regionalized. The folks that live in Van Buren, Grundy, White, Cannon, DeKalb, Sequatchie, they don't have a facility like this in their counties. So they drive into McMinnville to have this service. So now they're wanting to even force those folks even further out. And force the folks in McMinnville further out. And, at some point the question's got to be made or asked, do the folks that live in small towns or rural communities, don't we pay state taxes too? Why should we be treated like a second-class citizen? And that, that's an argument. If they want to really save money, are they looking at closing them all down? And we all drive to Nashville to get a driver's license or a gun carry permit? So, basic state services, basic state services. But, if we hope that they'll work with us. But, what they're saying was, if y'all cover it all, then, if you can find a place, and see, they've got the model for that in Bedford County and Shelbyville. And what I'm saying is, I want us to keep our options open and look at everything, but at some point, somebody down in Nashville has got to lead a charge and say, we're sick and tired of the rural communities not being treated fairly, and taking away a center like that.
But what I was going to get at too is if we go ahead and say, okay, we can pay renter's tax, we can pay rent, we can renovate this place to suit, and say we foot the bill. What's next? What state service is next? Is it going to be the health department next? Is it,
It's a great
it's
question.
going to keep climbing the ladder.
That's a great
If you
question.
fold to the small, they just keep building until you holler, yield,
And the Tennessee Unemployment Office is the model, I think. I think that was closed.
Yeah.
We built 3 years ago.
2 or 3 years ago. Yeah.
But it was this administration that did that.
But like I'm saying, if you give to one, then you got to worry about the next step. It might not be the first blow might not hurt, but the second and third one might get you.
I know.
So that's just something we need to look at before we say, oh yeah, we can pay the bill on this,
Well, it's great to have options and availabilities out on the table, but my point, is I think we're in agreement, Commissioner Bolden, is, these are state services, we pay state taxes.
And we should receive state services.
Absolutely. I go to the store and I pay a state sales tax.
If you're going to annex me, give me everything you got.
Absolutely.
I think that right now the thing to do is get this through.
Yes.
It's our next meeting coming up here in November.
Who is it that we need to put the pressure on?
Well, at this point, it's the Department of Safety. It's Commissioner Bill Gibbons. The Assistant Commissioner is Lori Bullard. And, you know, it's the governor's administration. And so, you know, I've been talking to everybody in the governor's office, and I've spoken to the governor, you know, at a convention in passing, and have tried to get into his office, but it's almost like, you know, Fort Knox, you know, to get into, you know, he wants everything decided on his commissioner level, but we're not going to give up. We're going to keep demanding to ask to have our 15, 20, 30 minutes with the governor. And Senator Boland's been trying to meet with him, Representative Matheny, you know, as well. I know Senator Boland has. We've had a lot of conversations, and so has Representative Matheny. So,
Yeah, anytime something leaves your county, it's not a good thing.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah, I think, well, I agree with Mr. Bowden. You know, you start the rock starts rolling or a snowball or whatever, and it gets bigger as it gets done. You know, we've got people now that's unemployed, we just use that, has to drive either to Tullahoma or Cookeville, you know, or from anywhere in the surrounding county. And I agree with what Mr. England said about the photo IDs and the voting. But we've got this resolution on the table now. I know it's a start, but I agree we need to put pressure on all the way to the governor's office. I mean, we're, you know, a tax-paying county, and we're no different than any other county. But we need to more or less demand it not be closed. You know, I don't know how that's the right word in the use part, but that's what I see that we need to do, because like you said, we've got probably 6 counties that depends on that out there just for, I mean, CDLs, gun permit, IDs, and such. So have a resolution on the table. Do I hear a motion to
I'll make that motion to send this resolution to full court.
have a motion on the floor to send it to full court? Have a second?
Second.
Have a second? All agree, say aye. No lifetime? There is none. We have some guests here, I don't know.
I hope I'll be able to run that thing.
Oh,
Thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate you
Thank
coming.
you. Thank you. Appreciate y'all very much.
Appreciate the hard work you do.
it does.
Hope we can keep it here. We hope.
So you own this?
My 13-year-old son actually owns it. It's in a trust. His father passed and it was left in a trust for him. So I'm the trustee.
Do you know how many square feet that building is?
2,300.
You have any idea how big that one is out there?
5,500.
5,500. Well, the old unemployment office is, well, the whole building is 7,000 square feet. And it can be broke up into 3 different sizes. It can be divided into 3 different businesses if you wanted to do it that way. But we got 2 good options there for the state to pick up.
As I explained to Michael Shane earlier, I don't know if the city's approached this in any way or if it's just the county is approaching it. And I don't...
Mr. Chairman, I don't mean to interrupt. I've spoken to Mayor Haley, you know, and, you know, he talked about the blue building at some point, but I mean, that's got a lot of renovations that's got to be done. So, you know, the commissioner was kind of saying, well, the county's got something immediately, but see, they're not giving us you know, we're hoping they'll give us more time, but if they're terminating this lease, they're ready to pack up and,
I was told today we had till April.
yeah.
They're leaving in April.
That's
Well,
what
see,
I was
that,
told.
and that gives them the 6 months. See, they have 180 days to get out of that lease. But, you know, here you had that lease, when they built that building, was for 10 years. And so you got folks that, you know, and they're in private business and stuff, and the governor talks about privatization or issues like that. You know, you pull out of you know, so it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And, you know, for me, this county has had a driver's license center for several decades. And so I don't know about an unemployment office. I don't know how long an unemployment office has been here. But, you know, this is going to be an administration that's going to pull that office out, and now a driver, you know, if we don't stand up and speak up. And so call the governor and let them know, I mean, and let your voice be heard. And that's the main thing on it, and we're not going to let up. But I think a lot of great points has been made here. And Carl, you made up a good point too, is if this is, they've already closed one, if this is the second, you know, with the unemployment office, if this is second, what comes next? Are they going to shut the health department, you know? And we pay those state taxes. The state is running a surplus. That's the facts. You know, state's running a surplus.
I think the county already owns the health department building.
Kevin, if you can get us Bill Gibbons' email or what have you, we'll shoot some emails.
Okay.
I can get it to you.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I mean, the governors, I can give you the governors right now.
Go ahead.
Bill, Bill.Haslam @tn.gov.
You got that new logo in that TN?
That would just about pay for this stuff right here.
Is that all lowercase letters?
Yes.
I've called down there, talked to the governor's office, and didn't have no problem at all getting through. Took my complaint, and I've done it 3 days now. So we just got to flood the calls.
Phone number is 615-741 2001.
She put it in the Southern Standard.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. Bill's right too.
Bill put it on radio.
Yeah. I don't know how to really approach this on the building, that in case this other one falls through on your buildings you've got. Terry, how would you have to approach it? Go to your budget and finance and
Well, you know, first we got to find the money, and then whose budget you gonna take it out of? And then the second thing you gotta have, I know all these people will come in with these great prices and everything, but you'll have to bid that. It'll have to be out in public bids.
I thought it would have to.
You can't just accept a
low bid.
low bid like that.
But I think right now, I don't think you need to do anything with it because we need to work on the state.
So we need to work on them, but I was just trying to.
I think if they find out that we're looking at other options, they'll fold more.
Yeah.
You know, like Terry said, with any building or rented, you'd have to bid it out anyway to get a bid on it.
You bid it out, and if I'm, you know, if I know you're bidding it out, I figure you're looking at other options anyway. Why should I fold to you? So I think we keep the pressure on them and don't look right at the moment, at least. But I did talk to Herschel today, and he said with the losses that we were fixing to get a hit on with these, he said he didn't think the county could swing it.
I talked to him about that.
because we have the hospital and the issue of both that will not be paying county taxes anymore, and that's large.
Then we get to pay the city some more money on top of what we're already paying them.
I think we just push what we got.
Yep. But I think we can hang on to these buildings that we've got and whatnot, and then notify them or whatever if we do take bids, or, you know, if that's something that happens on down the
You
road.
want to leave yourself enough time if you're going to.
We do know about it anyway. It's not bad to know about it.
No, it's not. I mean, it's not like the deal we was in last year, or year before last. We had a week to get something done.
We could've bought this one building had I even known about it for the more cheaper, or for what we built the more for.
We're gonna keep the building, your property you own, we'll keep it in our files and everything, 'cause right now, I mean, we can't say yes or no, or maybe, or nothing. I mean, we do appreciate you bringing the deal towards us. Give us an opportunity. But it's just, we're gonna try, I'm agreeing with everybody else, we need to put the pressure on them because they're done in and everything's done there. And
Kevin, do you think it would carry any weight with the state if you said, listen, we have discovered some other alternative buildings that you could get for a third of what but you're gonna have to still foot the bill for this, you know, because this is a state service. Would that carry anything?
I'm hopeful that they'll change their, you know, attitude, but their status right now is we're leaving Warren County unless
matter.
Warren County or the city steps up and pays the bill.
But that's kind of like that, what I was saying, that alternative where they get one thing through and then they go with something else.
And Commissioner, where they've done that in the past is, all you gotta do is drive to Chevrolet and see that in Bedford County. Bedford County and city leaders said, we don't want to lose it. And so they gave them the EMA building, the old EMA building. So it's cramped, it's tight, it's not,
But it's still there.
but it's there. But the people, I mean, it's a small building, you know, I mean, but it's still there. So, you know, my position as a state leader is we're not doing the right thing on the state level. Now, if the county and the city had reserves and said, hey, we're willing to kick in one time to keep it for one more year until we can get something worked out, maybe, which would allow us, like Senator Bolin, Representative, and I would carry legislation. You know, we've got to get on the legislative end where what this administration is doing is, I don't think, treating the citizens right in the small towns and rural communities. So, you know, there's another option. I know Mr. Bell talked about the budget, and I get that. But you've got an option with reserves, a one-time expenditure. You know, throwing that out there to